There are very few people of my father's heritage that I know of that have watched this channel. One, though, back in 2013, wanted to convince me that I was a gang stalking victim. And being that I've talked about the archons and the unseen realms for years, that which some of you might call demons or jinn, things of the supernatural. So I think there's an unseen force that's not human that is running the show. And I've dealt with lots of pushback from people and attitude and negative thought forms from people that have been judgmental for me for having a deep understanding that I know is in my ancestry. But the advice that he gave, which is where we're going now, is that to prevent certain issues that you have to be recorded or recording yourself at all times, basically, or when you're traveling. And basically, at one point, he sent a camera that was a hidden camera, and I don't recall using it until maybe 2016, and then someone borrowed it and they never gave it back. They never gave it back, and they stopped being friends with me, and it was off grid. You know, I'll talk more about that later. I do appreciate those of you that are out there, even though it's eclipse season and I'm sharing things of a deeper nature. I want to say deeper rather than emotional. I don't necessarily think it's always emotional, just to speak in a bold way directly, but it might affect people's emotions. Anyhow, the idea of being prepared with cameras. I was not fully prepared today with cameras in the event that someone would try to accost me. I'm going to play the audio of what I megaphoned. It's just sound bites, but basically warning about China and Russia, the need to get prepared. You know, just a few sound bites. I did not push it. It was not Portland. Okay. And then I also went to some Walmart parking lots and told them to get prepared for when the lights go out and don't come back. And that the real enemy is going to be China and Russia, not Muslims. And zipped around, doot, and literally had my adrenaline going because I'm in an environment that I perceived to be one that's anti-truth to the max, like hardcore. Like, people are going to run around with their Trump flags. People are going to have maybe their BLM jackets. They're like in the paradigm, but to be like a genuine truther that creates their own content, totally alien. So is intelligence. Anyways, this. When you donate to me, and if you want me to donate to upgrade, do certain equipment upgrades or things that may help me on the road, I would love to be on the road. One person I talked to did say he may go to Vegas. I don't know if I'm up for Vegas. If some of you out there that know my mind, or at least what I do share about my consciousness and intelligence, if there's an idea that you have for me to have some fun in Vegas, I already had my fun on Fremont Street. I got to get over to the Strip. If somebody wants to throw down $500 just for travel expenses, just to see me have a good time and for me to YouTube it, or more. For example, if someone was to just throw down tomorrow just for me to go to Vegas, I don't want anyone to control freak the money, but I like for people to feel okay with what I do with the money. I'm transparent. But some people like the idea of simply not helping people survive on the bare basics, but helping people have a good time after years and years of hardship. And I don't know when my last vacation was where I had pleasure. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about, and I wanted to do this in 2020, 2021. I think I'm off my main topic. Is that okay? The eclipse energy is intense. I don't know if I can sleep tonight. I'm not promising a guided meditation. I will just keep speaking truth. This guided meditation thing is just an ongoing thing. Look, it's visualizing ourselves overcoming our lower selves. It's visualizing ourselves being protected. It's visualizing ourselves rising above this plane of existence. But I was also going to say it's through rising above the illusions of separation and other things, rising up the moral ladder to get to where we need to be. Okay, this is a camera I've had for a number of years that a friend sent, and I have another one of these. So that's cool, but you really got to have a good hold of this, and you can't see yourself when you're filming it. So I've used it for years. It's not the best. You heard what some people had to say about my past camera. Let go of it or I will break it. That camera was never the same again. Not that anybody paid for that camera, but hey, it's Alex's camera. Screw it. And then I've had other cameras thrown in the river. I've had other cameras break down. I'm looking for a new good flip camera that I can take with me. But this is the dash cam. So I'm going to load this, figure out how to get this connected with... No, this is actually a USB extender. They actually got for $5 at the store, so I can start adding more stuff here. This is the user manual to the... Let's see. What is it called? A 3-channel camera. The idea here, though, is to be mic'd up. With the little $40 black audio recorder, you can find at Best Buy and Amazon. Really good audio. Really good audio. I covertly interviewed a Muslim to see if he even cared about my issues. Did not. Covertly interviewed, talked to a few, then talked to his son, and his son was saying that they knew friends that were Alex Jones fans. I thought they were odd, being that they were Muslim. And if there are like a lot of Muslim Alex Jones fans, shouldn't he know that? Anyway, man, it's getting late for that one. Shit's just weird when you're at that level of insanity. But to film yourself at all times in the era of demonic possession is important because, this is what's coming to me. So check this out. So the demonic entities and the aliens and this, that, and the other, right? It's all the same in a way. And the craft and the reason why genuine stuff isn't caught is because they're aware of when humans are filming. Always have been. That's why there's no evidence of Bigfoot, and Bigfoot allegedly just goes back to its own dimension. Many believe or have believed. But there's something about people that are demon possessed that freak the fuck out on people when the camera comes out. You see it a lot on YouTube, and what happened to me was considered normal, though. What Kyle did. Freak out, grab it, threaten to break it, then make stuff up. Weeks later, like your leg's broken. You know. Really crazy stuff. It's because of that situation and things that we're seeing on the internet, and it's because of the situation today, and I'll recount it briefly, that you need to be, in some cases, like always recording. If you suspect that you're in a window of time, I'm going to try to keep this video under 11 minutes. A window of time in which there's an increase in possessions of people just talking shit that ain't right. In some cases, it could be some people hallucinate things. Maybe in their mind someone said something or was threatening. Why are some people acting on the sense of feeling threatened by someone and not differentiating between being threatened? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I feel threatened. I'm calling security. 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 Could you come up here? Could you come up here? We have a situation. We have a situation. You didn't have a situation. I drank some coffee and there's a high heartbeat. What you have is SOAR maximum and authoritarian rule. That's what you have here. Then we have the other situation where I'm at a hotel. Man of East Indian or Pakistani or other heritage. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just making sure I'm not hiding that or covering that up. And making sure that you understand that I'm aware there's a lot of those folks from other places that don't like us. You or me. I really should just Pump Up the Volume at this point. The DVD. It's very inspiring. I was also watching Short Circuit. Goodfellas is always good. This DVD, they're so desperate to make money, they'll put 3 DVDs. Aviator is just horrible. Absolutely horrible. My life of pain, by the way, in my younger days was nothing like Basketball Diaries is depicted. Groundhog Day, I feel like I'm living in it. And then there's this movie called Synchronic. Synchronic, I'm not sure. But does society want you to be walking around filming? No. Anybody walking around filming, especially since 9/11, is going to be looked at as a suspect. But do they get our permission? All the time. If you're sitting there filming, people are programmed to suspect the person filming, but they're being filmed by the government. So in some cases, when you pull out a camera, unfortunately, that was the other situation. It can provoke some people that appear demon possessed to take action physically, to either take the camera or to kick it out of your hands. So 2014, only 2 years earlier, I pull up the camera when I don't want to buy his marijuana bag in downtown Portland. Really sad that other people in Portland weren't helping me get the good stuff. And this black kid kicks it, or older than a kid. Definitely at least 25 or 30, sitting there with a multicultural group of like total meth head, pothead pieces of shit. And they all gang up on me. Make sure I don't do anything when they kick it out of my hands and the white guy throws it in the river. And so just pulling out a camera in defense when someone's coming at you, unfortunately, is something that's going to cause some people to attack you. And by me just pulling out a camera to defend myself when someone's coming at me, like, unfortunate things happened that still bother me. Like, it's not over. It still bothers me. It always bothers me. I woke up all throughout the early 2020s. I came to believe that my life was over for many, many years because of an event that many of you are aware of and didn't even bother to even really talk to me about behind the scenes. Lots of people came and went that just laughed at me. They went, "It's nothing, bro. Like, these things don't happen to regular people, though. What are you talking about?" And then people walk along and go, "Oh, wow, you did something bad," because people think you're bad. When I clearly told you my heroin stuff was a long fucking time ago. You look at my YouTube channel, it's been nothing but busting my fucking ass since the 2000s. And there's plenty of missing podcasts. I told you that. I've got missing years. But unfortunately, because I fit the stereotype, I'm always watching my back because I know this world is evil. Right now, evil is rising. When I go into a hospital and just ask, "Do you know how long it's going to be?" I'm not saying answer me immediately. They're acting like, there and at the dental school, both, and then we'll get to the other situations, as if I was making demands. This is why I recorded myself. Now, legally, are we allowed to do that? No. But should we? Do the police? Do the stores? Do private home owners? Do random cars driving down the street? How about the convenience stores? And so why would we, in a time in which people are possessed, walk around? And a lot of people, they have cell phones. However, I have a cell phone, but it's not a good cell phone. And I don't walk around with it on. And I don't see a cell phone as my first line of defense for documenting something. Because again, it's not on and it would take time to boot on. So this is not ideal, because this is exactly the same type of flip style camera, which is a different kind or brand of camera than this. That's very easy to, if you're holding it like this, it is small. And if you're not holding it firmly and your hand gets kicked, which mine did, it goes up in the air, his friend picks it up, and in the river it goes. They would have thrown that in if it was an iPhone or a cell phone. Or maybe they would have kept it. So it's not just law enforcement. It's lots of different situations. And unfortunately, with legal situations, unless you have a wide lens, right, or another view, a cop could choose to interpret it however they want. If they decide that they're going to listen to that evil within them. And see, that's the problem that a lot of people are making with worshiping people in authority. When you have solar maximum and you have dark side events like the eclipse, you have people in authority becoming evil. And power corrupts absolutely. So we also see new information of a white cop beating up a black guy who's handcuffed. And while that needs to be discussed, and there may be news about that, if that's trending on purpose on Twitter, and there's millions and millions of views, it's possible and more than likely that it's being pushed to create racial strife. So, in this era of increased demonic possession, you want to protect yourself in mind, body, and spirit, and legally. And part of that is making sure that when you go out, you not only have your basic self-defense items, your wits about you, but also something to record. I need to evolve this to other recorders that are less visible. Right now I have no hidden cameras at present in my vehicle for travel, if I was to go on some adventure. I'm considering that. And like I said, if there is someone out there that wants to gift me this eclipse, I'm not complaining about lack of donations. No pressure whatsoever. But let's just say somebody does hit the jackpot, or something amazing happens orgasmically, for one of you in the next week or so. If you want to designate funds strictly for a trip, as soon as the intensity of this eclipse passes, maybe I'll take that trip. Maybe I'll wait a few months. We'll see how things go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please sign up at alexansary.substack.com, and please pray for all those true, kind humans that have been in my life, past, present, and future. And I definitely would like to meet some future positive souls.